Peace. I'm gonna let some more people get in here. I couldn't tag anybody. It wouldn't let me make a post for, or even a I couldn't even make a like a topic or a title for this. So I just came on anyways, cause maybe it's my phone. I gotta reset. What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. See, I was saying it at the same time. We on the same wavelength. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of studying, trying to digest a lot of new material and then go back into some old stuff so I can see where I might have overlooked some things, and it's always some stuff popping out. Shout out to everybody that got the t-shirt. If you didn't, go to my page. It's pinned on my page. You can order. I got a link and everything on there. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and order, support. And then I've just dropped a new YouTube video as well. Yeah, please tag anybody, because I wasn't able to tag people. For some odd reason, it wouldn't let me tag or bring anyone on. So tag, share, all those good things so we can get some people in here. We can get started. Been a long time since I've been live on here, but I'm gonna start trying to go live on here a little bit more often. I don't know when. I'll let you guys know. But my YouTube page, again, I just posted a new video on there. I'm gonna make sure that I put it on my page and pin it so you guys can see it. But I posted a new video on my YouTube. Go and check it out. Like, comment. If you haven't already subscribed. It's been a year. It hasn't. Well, I mean, I guess probably since I've been on my own, it might have been a year. Most of my videos has been with Shaka, so possibly. Yo, peace, peace, peace. What's up? What's up? Just about to drop a few jewels. I've been studying a lot. I've been doing a lot of reading. I got a lot of trolls. I got a lot of new trolls now. So I must be doing something right. My YouTube is like, I got so many trolls. I got people coming on my page from YouTube. I was trying to take my link down. No, I was picking because I saw you in 2023 and it's 2024. Right. I wasn't even thinking of it like that. I guess that was just like yesterday almost. Yeah, so I got trolls. I got people coming from my YouTube. They're mad. People think that I'm like some terrorist or something and I'm against my country. I don't want to get shut down. I'll never say that T word again. But that's the word that they're not saying that, but they're throwing around that I'm like a traitor and all this stuff. And I just don't get how I become this big traitor. Like, the only thing I've ever tried to do was enlighten people about the truth about law. You know, there's obviously something going on in the law system if you have to hire somebody else to understand it for you. And you're paying them thousands of dollars in order to help you out with something that's going to jeopardize all your property, maybe your livelihood, your body sometimes. I mean, to me, it seems like something very important that anybody would want to take a look at, because this is almost everything you have. There's some statistics that say that you get taxed more than 50% of your earnings, and it goes to the government. You got to think about all the things that you pay that you don't think about, all the taxes that you're paying that you're not really paying attention to. You're just kind of throwing them out. You're getting taxed every time you go to the store. You're getting taxed at work. You get taxed. You're getting taxed on everything. There's nothing you can do without being taxed on it. So that's half of how they're taxing you. Then you got to go through tickets. I mean, don't get me wrong. Do we need some rules, and some people are going to take advantage of it? Yeah. But at this point right now, what's being taken advantage of is our ignorance. Our ignorance is being taken advantage of because there's a lot of things that shouldn't be in place. And I get that we don't want people running around speeding, doing 100 miles an hour, but I don't believe that anyone that can't afford a license but need to feed their family are not allowed to go to the store in their vehicle. That just doesn't make any sense to me, that you're saying that somebody can't feed their family, somebody is not allowed to be able to go to their job because they don't have a card with a picture on it. It makes no logical sense that the people would give that much power away of their own so that less fortunate people would have to fall victim to that. I think that when you, and I'm not even going to talk about statutes and codes and stuff like that, I'm just freestyling, but I just think that if we think about as a society, as a people, and we want something better for everyone, you got to start thinking in those terms. You got to start thinking like, okay, what's going on that's making certain people unhappy, that we can bring peace to those people so that we have a peaceful society. Now, if you understand that the court systems and the law are taking advantage of a certain group of people that keep them predominantly down and not able to provide and stuff like that, as a people, we need to take care of that. Because what is it going to do? It's going to cause turmoil between people. Just think about it this way. If you're in a household with brothers and sisters, one brother and sister get in trouble, what happens when he comes back to the room with the rest of the brothers and sisters? He's going to cause turmoil. Especially if they smiling and laughing because he just got punished and they're getting to do policing for profit. That's what it's really about. And that's the sad part about it, is that we allowed it to come to this point that it's a profitable business and it's no longer about justice. It's not about justice. It's about just us, not justice. It's not about the fact that somebody that's a real criminal is being put behind bars. It's the fact that the people that are in those scenes that benefit from people get locked up behind bars, the kickbacks and things that are going on behind the scenes that allow and that kind of promote the prejudices that go on. Because I look at it just like if I'm gonna be honest with you, I look at the court system the same as like the medical field. You want to know how I can draw those lines? The kickbacks, everything that goes on in those fields that make it unethical. It's not the business, or it's not the whole institution that's bad. It's the morals. There's no morals in it. There's no moral. Like when they mean they're taking God out of something, that means that's morals. If you don't have a moral code, you're going to do anything. Like there's certain things that just shouldn't be done. I mean, children are going to make mistakes. Right? So if I'm a juvenile judge and I'm in charge of sentencing children who believe that I have this authority, and I want to go for the best interest of this child when I make this decision, then that's what I need to be doing. I need to use my morals. I don't need to be thinking that, okay, well, if he goes to the state, how much money is the state going to make off of him going to a foster home? Or if he stays with this person, or how much state assistance are they going to get? Oh, they're going to get a lot of assistance. That's going to keep all of our people paid. They look at this from a job point of view. They're not looking at this from justice. That's what you guys aren't getting. But you're mad at me because you think I'm just anti-law, anti-government. I just want to do whatever I want to do. You know, I don't want to follow any rules. No, that's not the case. Like, why would I want to follow the rules of somebody who has no moral code? That's them youngins is back there. They doing whatever they want to do. But why would you want to follow anybody who doesn't have a moral code? I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about personal salvation. That's what this is all about. That's what every industry, if you allow any industry or you allow any institution to take you away from your personal salvation, that's you. We all gonna be, if you believe in a God or whatever you believe in, we all gotta be judged. So your personal salvation is what's at stake here. I mean, it's a lot of people I see that, I know go to work for these people. It's a lot of it's a lot of jobs out here that work for the devil and don't know that they're doing evil. It's a lot of some people that work. It's a lot of, I clocked in for Satan last night. No, I'm just playing. It's a lot of people that don't understand that at the top of your ladder, the CEO is Satan. Some know and don't care. I don't think they really know. Honestly, because everybody is so religious. Everybody is, if I got on here and I started bashing religion, people would go crazy. This video would have over hundreds of people on here trying to throw me out of a window and everything else. So these people are religious. I just don't think that they see or connecting the dots. I don't think they connect the dots. I don't believe in no man judging another man. And I tell judges this. I don't believe that a man should judge another man. That's in the Bible. Only God judges. So I'm standing up for my right. You want to let another man judge you? Go ahead. I think that's simple. It's made a lot harder than what it really is. Religion controls this world. That's what y'all don't get. It's so powerful you don't even use it when you need to use it. Everything has a religious undertone to it. At the top of everything is religion. When you get through all these other smoke screens and you get through all these people they put in front of your face and all these political parties, at the top of that pyramid, that all-seeing eye that they keep showing you, you know what that is? I know what it is now. It's religion. That's what it is. It's God. The most powerful thing on this planet is religion, period. The belief in religion is the most powerful thing in this planet. It's controlled people for years. There's some good dogma and there's some bad dogma out here. And a lot of these institutions come from religious backgrounds that you don't understand. See what judge earlier today. A lot of these institutions come from religious backgrounds. So at the end of the day, again, you're being controlled by that. I mean, it's the perfect weapon. Peace. It's the perfect weapon. It's been used for a long time. It's been beat across people's heads for so long, people don't even see it. It's how they conquer every place that any place that's ever been conquered has been conquered well by what? There's two things, law and religion. That's a two-headed dragon right there. You beat one, you ain't even thinking about the other. You beat the law system, some of us still gonna go into church, and some of these other places that's not the right place. And I'm trying to bash or get into a religion with you guys because that's not my thing. I don't want to talk about religion. I just want to talk about the fact that if you're religious, you're the most powerful person in here, then you should be using your religion. That's what I will say to you religious people, use it. If you studied it, you paid attention to it, we wouldn't even be talking. I wouldn't even have to do it live right now. There's a lot of metaphors in the Bible that tells you the truth about what's going on. The biggest metaphor is when Jesus was tempted in the woods or in the wilderness by Satan. That's the biggest thing that people don't get. That's the biggest thing that's being hidden from everybody. It's like He told that man that he would give him everything if he bowed down and worshiped him, right? It's the biggest metaphor here. So you're not going to, like, how could Lucifer, the devil, or whoever it is, tell God's son that he can give him anything he would wanted if you bow down and worship him, if God controlled and ruled this place? Like, that's just letting you know that Satan is here dwelling and doing and can give somebody everything that it wants if you bow down and worship. And everybody that's bowing down and worship has everything. And you guys follow those people. They're your idols. And the Bible says you're not supposed to have idols. The funny thing is they gave you the word and then they tell you in the Bible no idols, and they give you American Idol and people still take it. That's like, there's no more connecting of the dots than that. That's clear. So I'm not going to bash religion. I'm just going to tell you to follow your religious beliefs. And I guarantee you'll be better off. Because religion controls this world. I'm just saying, look at it, okay? You can say that this is a democratic state, this is this. Okay, but what country is this? What religion controls this country? And where did that religion come from? Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, it's crazy to go. What it is it's crazy to go in these law books and then you see so much religion in the law that it's hard for you to even like understand why it's there in the first place. Because it doesn't seem like those people in those buildings believe in God at all. I don't see where, well, I guess because most people don't even read their religious material, that you can go in there and read and not understand what's going on and still go and do acts that go completely against your religion. I'm not going to get into that, Saja. Listen, you cannot tone down Godzilla. I'm not getting into religion. That's not what it's here for, you guys. I'm not going to bash religion. All right? I'm just here to tell you guys that you got to understand how much power it is. If you're going to believe it, you better use it. I've used plenty of verses out of the Bible for court. There's plenty of verses that you can use in the Bible that draw to your rights that you have, and you can use it, and a judge is supposed to allow you to have that right, because it's freedom of religion and exercise thereof. That's the Bill of Rights. So when Kanye West told everybody that slavery was voluntary and everybody got mad, y'all, that flew over your head. I don't even know if he knew exactly what he was saying. Because this system is completely voluntary. Completely. 100%. Everybody that's crying every day about they don't like the laws, they don't like the rules, it's voluntary. You choose to do it. You choose to follow this. You volunteered yourself as a slave to follow all these laws and rules. That's the only reason it applies to you. I stopped watching them police videos of people getting police brutality and all that, the racial stuff. I stopped watching that because I figured, like, you know what? Whenever these people want to wake up and not be policed by these people, it's just that easy. I mean, it takes some studying, but the rights is there. We got a right to create our own nation. And that's all people. That's not people of certain colors or certain groups. That's all people. All people have a right to create their own nation inside of this, what you believe to be a nation. This is a corporate nation or whatever it is. That's why you got the Amish and you got indigenous people here. Those people are not U.S. citizens. Those people are not a part of the same nation that you are. Those people don't voluntarily consent to the same rules that you and I, well, not me anymore, but some of you guys complain about. You can't complain about that stuff if you voluntarily consent to it. You have a right to self-determination, Saja. That is right. And you got a right to pick your, it's another something that's a little bit more powerful than that. Self-determination is very much right there and knocking at the door. And then you got a right to freedom of religion. You got a right to pick your religious belief. Like me, I just want to believe whatever I believe. I don't want to be a part of no certain group. I just believe in God. Everything else, I don't want to debate about. So I don't want anybody saying that, oh, he's an atheist. Everybody try to throw me in that atheist category all the time. Please don't throw me in that atheist category. I'm not that stupid. Not to say that atheists are stupid, but this doesn't make any sense that there's not something that's powerful, that there's got to be a divine order in the universe. There's no logic to that thing just running on its own. Like these planets, the way they orbit, like if the orbit goes off like a millisecond, like a small bit, do you know we can all be dead? It'll be earthquakes. It would be like that's not just by like mistake, y'all. So that's where I can't go with the atheist thing. Tammy, I'm saying it just doesn't make any sense. That divine order that goes on up there that the ancients have been watching from ages to ages, there's no way in hell that nobody's going to convince me that there's nothing there, that's just chance. No, it's too perfect. It's too perfect, Tammy. Peace, Chuck. It's too perfect. So don't throw me in the atheist category. I believe in God. I just don't. What I don't believe is I can't believe, and I'm sorry about this. I'll apologize ahead of time. I just can't believe something that's just thrown in front of my face when it's bloodshed all in it and all a part of it. I'm sorry. I had to back up to see what's going on. That's my only thing. Other than that, I believe in God. That's it. And I get people that tell me all the time, you got to believe in this or else you're going to hell. I guess I just be going to hell, guys. I'm not going to deal with the terms and all that stuff, like, because the child of God is more than 100 names, you guys. There's more than 100 different childs of gods and different cultures that this thing has been going on for ages. So I'm not going to take y'all word for it or their word for it. I'm just going to be cool on that part. But will I agree with the Most High? Yes, I agree with that. I agree that there's something here that we can't explain. This because the energy and the sun, like if the sun was out of tune, like by this much, we'd be dead. You get what I'm saying? One way or the other, a degree or the other. You got to understand that those things are divine. Like that sun, like we could be dead right now. So I don't believe that. I don't want nobody in here thinking that I'm an atheist. I just don't believe what everybody else told us about that shit because it don't make sense to me. I don't think it makes sense to me. What does make sense to me is a lot of lies being used to control a lot of people. And to justify slavery, this court system was created. This is slavery, but it's voluntary slavery. That's what y'all got to understand. Everybody come to me asking me about what we going to do for this, what I need help for this. You want an overnight solution to your problems. And I tell most people, if I tell you what's going on, you're not going to believe me. And they don't. I tell them, well, when you sign the birth certificate is pretty much making everybody slaves. When you had your child and you signed for that birth certificate, you turned over your child as property of the state. I tell people that all the time. Nobody believes me. That's the reason why when you go to get an ID, they ask you for it. You pledging your body as a part of the debt to whatever you do in that state. That birth certificate is a powerful document. And all people were tricked into signing that. And you're being used as collateral. If you gotta study securities and security interests and stuff like that. Your birth certificate is pretty much you being monetized and used as collateral for the national debt. When they say that national debt, your birth certificate is put towards that national debt and everything you own. And we just keep signing them, keep on everything like we think that's the way it's supposed to be. We just voluntarily enslaving ourselves now. Slavery has been over. I'm telling you guys to stop voluntarily enslaving yourself and then crying about it later on when you're getting hauled off to jail. That goes for anybody. Why will we ever think that somebody who wants to conquer you is ever going to teach you the truth? Why are we still allowing? How can we fix it? We got to stop allowing ourselves to be taught by the same people who want to take us to jail. You let the government educate you and let the government discipline you. That's educate yourself. Because if I'm the government, why would I educate you to beat me? Let's think about it this way. If I made billions and trillions of dollars off of you, if it was just me, let me P. Diddy this thing, all right? If I'm P. Diddy and I'm making $100 million off you or whatever, why would I teach you how to be a boss? Why would I teach you how to market for yourself? Why would I teach you how to build your brand? Why would I teach you all the things that you need to do to be on your own? Let me break it down for the trappers. If I was your plug, I'm just going on every level that I can. If I'm your plug, why would I show you the game? Why would I give you my plug? Why would I? You see where this is going? If I'm your boss, let's say it's a GameStop. You love games. You come in here, you selling games for me. Why would I show you how to be a boss on your own? Why would I show you how to build your own GameStop? Why would I show you how to market and price the games? Why would I'm not going to show you that because you're going to take money out of my pockets. You better off working for me, right? Y'all expect the government to put in the classes what it's going to take for you to be free? Y'all going to be waiting forever. We got to start educating ourselves. I've been telling people this. School is voluntary. There's no law that requires a man or woman to send their child to school. Well, I see I got a troll laughing. What's up, troll? Is that a troll? Or no? There's no law that requires a man or woman to go to school. There's a law that requires persons, but you don't know terminology. You don't know legal terminology. So you think a person and a man are the same thing. Because what? School taught you that. I'm a person. You're a person just like me. What's a person? A person is a place. A person is a place or a thing, or a noun is a person, place, or thing, right? A noun is a person, place, or thing. Yeah, I'm starting to teach but I'm breaking this down. But it's not just for me to teach. It's for people to read. Everybody, look, it took for me, when I went to college, you a college student. I went to college. In college, I learned how to read. I started reading the books for my class. When I started reading the books for my class, I started figuring out all the stuff that in the books that they hid from me and just in the field that I was studying in. I want you to understand this. The people that write the books are the bosses. These are the most intelligent people in those fields. They put everything that they could possibly put into those books to teach you how to be a boss. When you go to class, when you're studying in college, the teacher is going to pick through certain topics that he's already given, most of them, unless they're tenured, then they get to pick the sections that they want to go through. I see this dude on here, this troll laughing, but you ain't smart enough to know what I'm throwing down though. It's cool. Only the people that's tenured, only the teachers that's tenured get to pick what they get to pick out of that book to teach you. Most of the time in that book, you're only going to learn 70 to 80% of that whole book because they don't have enough time to break it down to you. We all understand that. So if you're only going to get 70 or 80% of that information, you're not going to be able to be a boss with that, especially if you don't read it. They know that. The only thing they want you in class to do is be able to regurgitate what we picked out of that book for you to understand. And 90% of it has a psychological conditioning undertone to it. Some of them don't know it. Some of them are smart enough to know it. Most of them aren't. So I'm saying that when you in school, read your book. Read the books and see how much in there you learn. That'll be the starting point for you. That's what started me. Because I actually read my books. And I started getting A's in my class because I was actually reading and understanding the material. That's the secret. The secret is actually reading. Everything is there for you to read. You want to know what's going on? Go open up a law book. Go open up a law dictionary is what you should open up. Black's Law Dictionary, Bouvier Dictionary. You can go and look at the Iowa State Legislator Code and start looking up the definitions in there. Like when you start reading those definitions to the terms, then you're going to start understanding there's something going on. Like I said, the solution is just not being ignorant. The solution is not taking what nobody telling you for 100% value. I'm not telling you to take what I'm saying for value. Go and look it up. Prove me wrong. Go behind me. That's the problem. Problem is we just listen to somebody else tell you something and you don't go out and look behind them because you think them to be some scholar or some very educated person. And that's the problem. When somebody tell me something, I say, okay, what section is that? What code is that? And I go look it up. Correct, Tammy. Everything is in books. That's why they used to say you want to hide something from so-called black people, put it in a book. Now that's just for anybody. There's a lot of people that just don't read. I've tried to develop plenty of study groups with people and split up reading stuff. Like, here, you read this, I'm going to read this. And I come back like, hey, you read that? Man, I didn't get a chance to. What you get? What you read? Reading, I'm telling you right now, reading, I'm sorry to say it for our people, reading is very hard for us. It's psychologically, it's something about reading that just is a big turnoff to us. We'll go read an article about something that's probably petty. Oh, they finna get ready to arrest P. Diddy because, oh shit, let me go read this article and see what they got going on with P. Diddy. And we don't read to our kids, Taylor. Kids not reading because we're not reading to them. Right? I'll read to mine. And I'll let mine read to me. You gotta create that environment for it. You gotta, it's like working out. Reading, let's put it in these terms. Because you've never worked out those muscles. You've never worked out that part of your brain. It's going to be very, very hard to you, for one, to even condition yourself to be able to go to the gym. We can talk about gym terms because I'm a gym head. It's going to be very hard for you to condition yourself to even go to the gym consistently, to even grab that book consistently. You're going to have to condition. You're going to have to break a lot of bad habits, firstly. Say, all right, let me set this alarm clock. And I'm going to do what Akili said. I'm going to go grab me, I'm going to grab a book. And then for everybody that just got on t-shirts, like I said, I got them. They're on my page. Make sure that you go to my link, order you a t-shirt, because I'm giving away a lot of knowledge. This is what I spend my time on, you guys. So, okay. So like I said, you guys, it's just like working out. And I'm not just saying that because you got to understand the psychology of things. It takes you 14 days to break a habit. That's psychology. You still there, little cuz? I know you in school. 14 days or more to break a habit. So if you've been doing something for 14 days straight, it's going to be like nails, stepping on nails to break that habit. Do you know that fitness centers, they make so much money off of people that don't show up? Shaka's still here. He going to agree because I know he know. They make so much money off those every year. The first of the year, they get those New Year's resolutions people who go in there, sign up for that subscription and have it renewed every month. They make those payments and they probably get those people for years worth of gym fees before they just finally cancel. Peace, peace, peace. That's why those businesses thrive. They thrive on the people that don't come. It's not about the people that come in there. I've been good, just studying. It's not about the people that come into the gym that pays that gym. It's the people that don't come. They want it so bad to get a different shape, or they wanted to meet those goals so badly. Let's be real. We all have goals. You want to meet those goals so bad. Hi, I love you, Mom. You want to meet those goals so bad, but most of us cannot continue to go to the gym and stay focused to meet our goals. Because of what? You develop those habits. Habits is the hardest thing to break. So you got to make it a habit to open up those books. I didn't like reading. But my last year in college, I wanted A's. I wanted to see what it was like to be a 4.0 student, because I was trying to make it to that level. In my last year, I was very, very close. I read the books and I found out so much just by reading the whole book. Like when my teacher said a reading assignment, I read that whole assignment before class. I didn't skim through it. I didn't but half-ass it. I took notes and everything. By the time I came to class, I knew exactly what that man was talking about. If you want to understand anything, that's what you got to do. You got to go read it. You got to take notes. You got to digest it, because you're not going to pick up everything the first time reading something. You know how many words there is in a regular dictionary? Let's just be real with ourselves here. There's so many words in the regular dictionary. There's no way in hell you understand all of them without going in there and looking. Let's be real here. We're arrogant. We're pretty arrogant. A lot of us are arrogant. I've been there before until now, that we just read and we see a word and you generalize what you think that word really means. And you're like, all right, cool. I got the general idea. Nah. So that right there shows how many corners we've cut as people, that we don't understand the language ourselves. We don't know all those words. Spelling them, definitions, any of that. Yeah, you got to take notes. If you're reading and you just going through the book, you're not going to remember that stuff, man. You got to take notes. So yeah, it's just this. Everything you've been taught, instead of having somebody tell you it, go read about it. Go study it for yourself. That's the only way you're going to get understanding. That's the only way you're going to get understanding, because I may not be able to break something down to you. You may need somebody, you may need to read it for yourself in order to understand it. Okay, hold on. I'll get to some of the comments. You need to look at the Greek meaning because our laws carry the Greek meaning. See, that's what the video that I just did was talking about. It was talking about the video that I just did on YouTube. I'm not going to talk about everything on it, but I'll touch on it. The video that I did on YouTube talks about pretty much theology and the idea of pretty much that the church rules from the seat of God. And that idea does come from the Greeks. So the Greeks are the ones who taught the Romans about religion and law. So all their theories for religion and pretty much law come from the Greeks, which the Greeks got it from the Egyptians. So if you want to know more on that, I'm not going to talk about that as much. I got a video on YouTube. I'll post the link on my page. You guys can go check out the theology, where I break down all this stuff about theology, because it's a very, it's a difficult topic. So I'm just here, like, I hadn't been on this year yet. So I wanted to talk and see where people was at, and just ran a little bit. What y'all want to talk about? Where my trolls at? Y'all make it exciting. Where's the trolls at? Yeah, I mean, I just don't, like I said, I wanted to break this. Yeah, I ain't seen it. You in a minute was wondering about. Yeah, I just been, like I said, I've been studying, I've been reading. It's a lot of stuff I had to go back and read, because it's a lot of, and there's some stuff that I was dealing with for myself, as far as some stuff that I needed to beat. So I had to do some reading and some studying, and yeah, everybody's good. And then I came up with, I've been working on my YouTube. I've been working on some logos and working on shirts and getting everybody's orders out and stuff like that. Again, shout out to everybody that did order a shirt already. If you haven't already, go to my page, and it's on my page. The link is on there. I got all type of colors for you guys. Support the movement. But yeah, I've just been studying because, you know, at any moment, I think people are going to really wake up to find out that there's something wrong with the legal system, like majorly wrong with it. They've been making a lot of money off of it. The lawyers, everybody else. If you understand what's really going on, then, I mean, you will understand the need for change in that department and a lot of other departments, because we as the people all together, we're not happy with it. If we as a people, if some of us aren't happy, then we all can't, you know, we can't live in peace until we all have peace. That's the problem with a lot of this stuff. People just think that I'm supposed to just keep it moving while I get harassed and while I get racially profiled and just, oh, everything's going to get better. No, I'm not waiting for everything to get better. That was what changed me. I didn't want to wait for everything to get better because I haven't seen anything get better. So I started reading in my books. And this is not something that I don't care if nobody else stands with me and or wants freedom. If you guys are cool with being told what to do by corrupt people, devilish people, evil people, then keep on doing it. You want to be pulled over and shot, possibly shot by somebody who's just going off of some moral trip or ego, then keep on dealing with that stuff. That stuff makes no sense at all. That stuff, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that YouTube. That stuff makes no sense at all. Like, when you understand that people are getting shot and killed for fucking misdemeanors and stuff, for warrants, like, it just don't make any sense. Like, and people justify that stuff. You get on YouTube and you watch, oh, he should have listened. He should have been talking crazy to the cop, man. Like, you got a freedom of speech. Y'all gonna talk yourselves right out of freedom of speech with that shit that some of them people be saying. Some of y'all just so willing to give away y'all rights. I feel sorry for the next year, the next election. Y'all just giving them away. Like they teach y'all just to give away everything. Like, okay, with the whole child support and CPS stuff, they only been around since 1975. That shit hasn't been around for a long time. And now all of a sudden they have all this power. That's what I want you guys to understand, how in a short amount of time, how if you don't pay attention to shit, these corporations, these institutions that are created can become powerful individuals to the point that they'll come and take your children. Now, this institution has only been around since 1975, and now they can come in your house and tell you what to do with your child. Where were they at 300 years ago? It was an ideal somebody came up with, got it put in the house, got it passed, and people just started submitting to it. That's the difference between a democracy and a republic, okay? A democracy is 51% says yes, 49% says no. The 51% rules. So if 51% said we like CPS, everything, we love them, where we want them, and 49% said no, that means that the 51% will win and they would have CPS. But this country was created as a republic, which means that everybody had the independent right to choose what they wanted to do and what they didn't want to do. That's the law, guys. That's why it says in the Pledge of Allegiance, and to this republic for which it stands, and to the republic for which it stands. Republic. That's the reason why Texas can say, we're not following that shit. We're republic. We're not going to do that and not have to be penalized by the federal government. That's the reason why Denver can say, we're going to have marijuana. We're going to sell marijuana, even if it's against the federal. We don't have to follow the federal rules because they're an independent republic. You have to understand how these things work, so how you can use them for yourself. You individually are an independent republic. You don't have to go against with the majority. Let this make sense for all you religious people. If that was the case, if 51% people say they want to go with Satan and 49% say they want to go with God, that means that Satan wins, right? So you can't believe in your own religious system because you have a right and freedom of religion, and God gave you freedom of will. So that means no matter who's doing the evil, your politicians, whoever, if you continue to go along with that, you're a part of that. So it was a very important theory for the people who came here to keep separation of church and state. Y'all got to understand that. In Great Britain, there was no separation of church and state. So the king made all the rules. And he ruled from a seat of God. That's theocracy. The king made all the rules. So when they came over here, the people that ran from that, they created this to be a little bit different because they knew how powerful it was that if an institution was ruled in the name of God. Y'all got to understand that. That's a very, very powerful thing for an institution. If Walmart was saying that they was Walmart under God, they'd even get more shoppers than what they got now. So that's very powerful for a government or for a king or ruler to be able to say that. So they kept the separation when they created and they signed the Constitution in these states, in this country, because they didn't want somebody saying that. That was a very powerful thing. Now they got it so it's the religion pretty much says the same thing. The law says the same thing. Why do you think that they say this is a nation under God? I want y'all to get why the United States of America's slogan is a nation under God. That is theocracy. That is the belief that the United States rules under God. It makes people believe that when you go to, that's why the courtroom looks like church. It gives you that feeling that this guy is underneath something very powerful. He's underneath God. He's doing this because he have a God-given right to judge you. These people aren't using these devices just because they didn't just make the seats in church look like pews because it looked nice. They didn't put your judge in a robe because it looked nice. Because he resembles the church. He resembles the preacher. So what, you going to respect him like you respect the preacher. You ain't going to talk. And whatever he says goes. That's powerful imagery. That's conditioning. Conditioning. Conditioning is when I take something and it might not be true, but I can make you believe that it is because you never will question it. Because you've been conditioned to see it like that. Nobody goes to the courthouse and seeing that it looks just like a church. Why ain't you never seen that? Why does in your Bible it says that don't make no oaths or pledges or swear, and then as soon as you get ready to hit the stand, they tell you swear on this Bible that you're going to tell the truth, right? If that courtroom was a separation of religion, what that Bible doing in there? Let's talk. If in the courtroom there was a separation of religion and state, why is the Bible in there? They wanted you to believe it was a separation, though, when they created these constitutions. No, it's not. This is not religion. This is law. Don't think it's the same thing. Just mind your business. Do what we tell you to do, guys. Just do what we tell you. Everything will be fine. But this law system was created by the Roman Catholic Church. So it's definitely a religious institution. That's how England came in and tricked everybody. They made everybody believe that the court system was not the church. Oh, it's not the church. It's a business. We're here to bring justice. The court system is a church. That's why it looked like a church. The church was the first law in Great Britain, and this country was conquered by a British colony. What do you think it's going to resemble? If I was a church-going person and I went to that courtroom, I would think it was blasphemous that this man who is not an ordained priest is in a robe sitting in something that resembles a church. But you guys will lash out at me if I tell you something about church this, church that. That looks like blasphemy to me. Who else is offended? So when I tell you religion is powerful, you better believe it is. Religion controls and runs this country. One religion or another. It's been that way. So like somebody said, what's the solution? Educate yourself. Educate your children. Stop sending them to somebody else to do it for you. We got to if you guys want institutions like schools, you got to petition the schools to teach the right education. You got to force them to teach what you want them to, what's going to be beneficial for the children and not beneficial for all these corporations. You don't see the government as an institution. But once you see it for an institution, you can understand how it can be used. Just like the medical field, how somebody can sit in this seat that's helping develop over here that's going to be in the best interest for this company, really, and he's on the board over here, and now all of a sudden they're working towards an agenda that doesn't benefit the people. It doesn't benefit the people that people are sitting in jail for not having a license, and then you still got people robbing and killing people. That doesn't benefit the people. Does it benefit society that we're allowing these people to go out and spend most of their time and the tax dollars on petty crimes? How does that benefit the people? It's voluntary slavery. That's the same place that employment comes from. If they told you the truth that the first employee was voluntary servitude, how many people would want to go to work for somebody if they told you that it was slavery? That the idea of slavery comes from employee, and employee comes from slavery. That they're one and the same. How do you know that if you ain't gonna read? How will you know where this stuff comes from? The first employee was a slave that's voluntarily signed themselves over to work for goods or service or whatever it was that they agreed to get at the end of this deal. That's where that movie, like they got a movie 7 Year Slave. Y'all seen that? Kind of talk about that. You could sign like contracts, 7-year contracts to be a slave with somebody, and they would either give them land or whatever it was that they agreed to after the terms of the contract was up. But what happened was a lot of them would sneak stuff, fine print into the contract. So let's say I come and I agree to be your slave or employee, whatever, for a certain amount of time. And then I have children and stuff like that. When it was time for me to leave, some of those plantation owners would own the children and the wife of the man, and pretty much put them in a state that they would have to still be slaves. It's the same program right now. When you go to work now, your job is not going to make you be a boss. They're going to make sure that you're still going to be a slave next year. Sign another. We're going to give you a little bit more money. Sign here. You're going to follow the rules. And people think all these benefits are good. You keep on accepting all these government benefits if you want to. We got to get rid of some of that stuff. Because you don't know what you're signing away. They teach you in school that your signature is very powerful. And that's a very, very true fact. In this world, your signature is the most powerful thing that you have. And that's the reason why they teach you years to figure out how to sign it. And then when you do, they release you right to this commercial world so you can sign contract after contract after contract. They don't even teach you how to read and understand a contract in school. But they teach you how to sign one. A lot of people don't know that marriage is a contract. If you love somebody, don't mean you got to go and sign a contract of marriage and then have the state involved in your marriage. So all your children, all your offspring are going to belong to the state. You won't understand that. You think that, oh, I love this person, this is what we need to do. But I'm telling you that what you just did was you gave the government control over your partnership. You made your marriage commercial now. Yep, that's right, Heidi. Or they will make up a crime so they can indenture them for more time. My son's knocking on the door. He's not trying to let me be great right now. They make it difficult too. I worked in the mortgage biz for years. The paperwork was so thick nobody was reading it. Just signing it for that 30-year loan sometimes. Exactly. That's why they do that. And you have to understand that anytime you're signing a contract, especially somebody else is giving it to you, then that contract is going to be more beneficial to the person who gave it to you. I want you to understand that if I write out a contract, I'm going to cover all of my end to make sure I'm not going to be in no trouble. It's going to not have nothing to do with securing nothing for you. So in any contract, you always want to at least reserve your rights. You just don't sign. You might want to sign and put all rights reserved on that. So then that way you get a right to explain it later on. But yeah, people are signing mortgages and stuff and don't understand that. A lot of people are signing mortgages and don't understand that the promissory note is what creates the money. I'll back that up and say that again. When you sign for a mortgage, you sign a promissory note. Am I right or wrong? Right? You sign a promissory note. That promissory note gets monetized by the banking institution that you signed that with. So now they have the money that you asked for to give to you. So they loaning you. They go get a loan to loan you from your signature. I want you to understand how that works out. The promissory note is monetized. So that's why you need to understand security instruments, how you can monetize something that just has a signature on it. Papers can be monetized. Why else do you think they got you signing it? A promissory note. When you get a loan, you have to sign for a promissory note. Any loan, car loan, school loans, promissory note. All the things I thought about that never made sense. Why does the government need to be up in everybody's business? Because they taxing, Heidi. If they can, and then what they doing is they trying to prove that they have a right to be in it. So they claiming ownership. That's how the birth certificate is a proof of ownership. So if they prove, 1 second. Yeah, if they can prove ownership, then they got a right. That's what a lot of it's about, ownership, property rights. So when you sign a piece of paper, like let's say a marriage license, that proves that they have ownership of everything that you guys acquire in that marriage. That's the reason why they get to split everything up. They get to decide. If they didn't have a right, if there was no contract, they wouldn't have a right. And then you have to understand that it helps for them to be able to make money. If they're not in between everybody's commercial decisions, then they can't make any money. They make you pay for a mediator. Where do you think some of that money is going to? Those mediator and arbitrators and people like that. Hey, don't be talking about my Batcave curtains, man. I got a Batcave. You just mad because you don't got no Batcave curtains. Listen. Don't be jealous, man. Don't be jealous, man. Shaka's the troll today. Best comedy. Don't get mad, nigga. Get you some curtains, man. Get you some Batcave curtains if you want some, Shaka. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring you over some. Right after I get done with this live, I'm going to buy you some Batcave curtains so next time you got some on your live. How's that sound? All right. Yeah. So like, this is okay, so the bottom line to everything that I'm trying to tell you guys is this. The reason why slavery had to be changed and had to go into this voluntary thing that it is now is because of years of studies, years of them seeing how this slavery thing worked. This is not the first time that they enslaved people and made them do against their will. 99% of the time, the people rose up. So they come up with this conditioning, brainwashing, thing from the Germans and the Nazis on how to condition and get voluntary consent from people. How they needed to control and educate them so they will forget about like certain things, so then they would just go against their own morals. That's what they learned how to do from the Nazis and stuff. That's where we come to the point that we are now. Conditioning. More slaves died back in the day because they knew that they had this religious right and that they weren't willing to go against their moral codes. Most people now don't even know what moral code is. They don't even have one. So yeah, after they figured out how to condition people and manufacture consent is the word that I'm looking for. Manufacture consent. Then they just started teaching people this stuff, and now you just pretty much give away your own moral compass. You pretty much just don't even think, you just act. Now, to control somebody like this is to control their mind, where you kind of know what they're going to pick because you never taught them any other like solutions or any other ways to go. That's why it was important for them to be able to control both religion and law, because one had to justify the other and supplement the other. If the people that didn't fall into the religious scheme will fall into the law, which is still a religious scheme. I want y'all to understand that. If you wasn't falling in for the religious thing, this is why this thing is so powerful. This is why a lot of people weren't going to get away from it. And a lot of people won't understand it because most people that'll break the religious chains are going to be so exhausted by all the studying and everything that you read and hurt. Because there's trauma that goes through figuring out that everything wasn't what you thought it was. Who's going to do that again? Who's going to break and tear themselves down again? When they say the truth hurts, the truth hurts. It's like taking somebody back for lying and cheating and then asking them about more stuff and seeing if you can handle the rest of what they got to tell you. Oh, there's more? Most people aren't going to get through both. And then you'll be exhausted, so you're not even going to think about like trying to go against the law because they got the physical force. They got the physical force. Nobody's going to want to go against that. That's what happened with the Roman Catholic Church. They had both. They had the religion and the physical force. The Roman Catholic Church to come out and kick your ass in the name of God. All they did was create an institution, the church, or a religion, not church. The religion, they created that, and it's this exact same thing. The law is the same thing as the Roman Catholic Church was. Because if you don't do what they say, they come out and kick your ass. Am I right or wrong? Go to YouTube right now. He should have listened. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting in my reading. Like I said, make sure y'all check out my YouTube. I broke that thing apart about this theocracy thing because this thing is, it's an animal and it's hard to see it. It took me a while to see it because I knew everything was controlled by religion, but I just didn't know like why or how or what made sense. But Just comply, guys. Just comply. This is not legal advice. I want you guys just to comply, all right? I'm going to be the one on the bottom comment. He should have complied. No, I'm saying like, but yeah, study. If you like the way things are going, maybe, you know, I ain't telling you to do nothing you don't want to do. But it's election time again, so people finna believe the dream. It's election time again, so they finna start selling dreams heavy again. So y'all better start picking. Y'all finna start picking y'all gods again. Y'all better pick wisely. Anybody that's picking somebody that's not the Most High to be your president and your king, then I feel sorry for you. Israel is definitely the mascot for theocracy. Bingo. Theocracy is one hell of a topic, guys. Please go out and study that, understand it, because this is important for you guys to understand how this term has been used to completely control the world. The king and queen of England have been the front runners of sitting at the seat underneath God for a long time. And they've done a lot of ungodly things and nobody says anything about it. That's a powerful seat right there. If you can go do evil and say you in the seat of God, then I'm trying to figure out what God. I'm just saying. That's logic. That's the reason why in the Roman Catholic Church days, that shit just didn't last long when they told them that they was ruling from God and kept on doing that stuff and they was revolting and killing the kings and all that stuff. People couldn't believe that. That's unbelievable. Basically, the seat of God on earth. Facts. That's what the government has always played. Read the Bible. And when you read the Bible and you think about God, that's what the lesson is from today. Go and open up your Bible. When it says God in there, put the government in there. Instead of saying God, put the government in there and read that book. You're gonna see a whole different book. Because the government is the seat of God. The church is the seat of God. Once you understand that, then this whole thing gonna open up for you. So when people say they've been using religion to control the world, that's the key of it right there. They got it right in front of your face. It's not to say that everybody's religion is wrong or this is right and this is wrong. I'm not bashing a certain religion. I'm just saying that it's being used. And some people have strategically used it to be able to get in the hearts and minds of people. That's why you don't question the legal system. You won't challenge it. You've been conditioned by all the godly things that you see in there to not even think about ever saying anything about even God in there. You know how crazy I look going there telling them people I got God-given rights? In a courtroom where the Constitution says I have a freedom of religion and exercise thereof. See, that's the thing. Okay, Constitution says that the state can't have. It says the state can't establish a religion or whatever, but it did. That's what people don't understand. It says the number one thing was this against the laws for the state to establish a religion. But what's this country based on? This is a Catholic Christian country. There is a religion established here. And the church was created by their religion. I mean, not the church, but the laws were created right by that religious group. So a lot of the things that you see, it contradicts a lot of shit if you actually know what's going on. When you tell people the Pope bad and they get mad at you, and I got family that don't like when I start talking, man, I don't know. Anybody, Like, it just don't make no sense that anybody that with that much money that can end, like, that can end world hunger and like poverty just sits there in their seat and don't do it. If you telling me that's good and not evil, I don't know. That's alone, that's something that you can see and that's fact that I don't have to dig into nothing about. Like, they can end poverty with the snap of a fucking finger. They got enough money over there just to end that shit. Everybody have houses tomorrow. They can go, the motherfucking king and queen can go Oprah on the news tomorrow and say, you get a house, you get a house, you get a house, and you get, and be seriously can do it. So when you see that motherfucker sitting over there praying with some people that he says that's poor, and that's the only thing he gonna do is pray with them, that don't make no fucking sense right there. Listen, I don't care who you is. If you got enough money to help me with my problems and you gonna pray with me, get the fuck from me. Fuck around here with that shit, nigga. Like, nah. How can you be sitting that rich and tell somebody I'm gonna pray for you? Unhand me, you heathen. That's what I'm gonna say. They can end poverty overnight, Terry. Man, listen, I won't let nobody in my family sit up here and come to me and say, man, all right, I feel sorry for you, man, that you don't got no money. You sitting on all this money. You gonna tell me you just feel sorry for me. You gonna pray for me. Man, I might rob you after the family reunion myself. Crime is controlled. Poverty is what creates crime, and they know that. So if y'all want to go to y'all politicians and tell them to do something about poverty. They can get rid of crime. And it's that easy. They won't. Them court systems got to eat. They got to make money. This is all about money, guys. It's nothing. It's not about anything else about money. And they say shit like the Pope's the closet man to God, closest man to God. Hell yeah, they think that. People, they actually believe that the Pope, the preachers, and all that stuff is closer to God. Like, that shit is just... It's theocracy. You got to study that stuff, man. You got to understand how this stuff is being used against you. If you don't go and study that, you're gonna be ignorant. Not to say that you're stupid. It means to ignore something. You're gonna be ignorant for your whole life. Like I told people, it takes 14 days to break a habit. You got to get in the habit of reading. It's going to be a tough 14 days for you. 21, matter of fact. I might even be more than, it takes over 14 days, about 21 days. So that's going to be a tough 21 days for you guys to continue to get the habit of reading, cutting the TV off, putting your phone down. Set that shit to the side and actually read something. Even if you come in here to prove me wrong. Stop getting on CNN and listening to them and reading their articles, and why don't you go do some real factual research for yourself? Find something that's not already been said 1,000 times. Like the same arguing points. Bet then. Get out here and do some reading. I have to do it myself sometimes. I'm not like perfect. Sometimes I get out of the element of reading. That's why you won't see me on here sometimes. I'll be chilling and I'll be gone because I'm actually doing the reading. When I'm on here, then I can't do two things at once. And then when I do, it's like I'm looking down and I'm trying to, like, go watch my video. I don't like it because it's not as live as me, but people have to understand some of that material is new to me too. So I have to read it, and I want to give you guys what I read. Then I have to digest it sometimes too. So then when I digest it, then I'm able to tell you and give it to you guys in so many different aspects. But this was, like I said, for me looking at religion or not religion, but law from a theocracy background. I did not understand it until I started studying just to see where the origins of the law came from, because I knew it came from England and I knew the Roman Catholic Church was behind it. But I didn't know, like, where the whole idea came from. And it's theocracy. So if you want to understand it, you have to study what theocracy means. Study that, because they're using it right in front of our faces. It's a nation under God. They're putting all this stuff in your face so that way you just follow this shit. Who gonna break? I mean, everybody believes in God. So if I say if I'm a nation under God, that makes people believe that's underneath that nation that I'm doing God's work. That's what they wanted you to believe. That's why people go out and go to war, and your children are getting sent out to wars and stuff. People are going to war because of that. They're not going to war. This country, if that wasn't that powerful of a slogan, they wouldn't use it. And then the support of the churches of that is just outrageous. Support our troops on these church buildings and stuff, and on their outside. That's crazy. That's crazy when you know these people are doing evil. That's crazy when it says thou shalt not kill in the Bible, but you got troops out here killing and you want to say support them. That's crazy. It's illogical. Terry, I'm just saying I'm just drawing logic. Like I don't even have to get into the religions too much for it. But like I told people, Terry, if people are religious and they follow their religion, everything will be fine. But most people don't even read their books. You don't even read your own Bible. Start there. Start there. That's a perfect place to start. We all here for salvation. We all here to find God. Start by looking for God. And don't just let somebody tell you where it's at. That's where I started at. I couldn't believe it. It didn't make logical sense to me that another man could tell me when, where, how I can see my own flesh and blood child, court system or not. So I went on a search for God when that happened. When they started trying to take away my rights from my child, I'm like, I got to look into something, because the law or religion's got to be able to explain this to me. And it made no sense to me. It made no sense that we free and we got God-given rights, how another man, that this man could be a rapist or whatever he do at home to his children, beat them and everything else. He gets to sit up there on that podium and tell you, you're going to see your child every other 2 weeks. You're going to pay us $500 a month to do that. And then if you violate that, I can't believe that. That's just, when you look at things through logic, it just makes no logical sense. Unless I'm a slave. If I'm a slave, just tell me the truth. Next time I go to court and I get a judge that's going to be, and I'm not giving y'all legal advice because I don't want y'all to try this. This stuff will harm you before it will help you. If you don't know what you're doing, I want you to know that. Please don't go in there doing nothing that you don't understand. Trust me, you will definitely feel the wrath of that courtroom. They're going to lock your ass up because you already done signed and committed yourself to everything and submitted. You've really signed your soul over. Let's be real. I want y'all guys that I ain't want to go there, but you guys have signed your soul over to the devil. That's what that courtroom is. You go in there, you tell them something that they're not used to hearing, they're going to lock your ass up. Will I go in there and say some shit? Fuck yeah. I dare one of y'all to come to court with me. Come to court with me. Think I ain't never saying this shit. I write the judge before I go there and tell him that I don't believe that a man should judge another man. God only judges. This is what my writings say before I come to court. I'm already letting them know where I'm coming in at. If he did something to me or whatever happened, I bet you I die and I'm going to have salvation. That's the difference between anybody else. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for salvation. I don't care about, oh my God, is there somebody going to hurt you? Are you going to be okay? I'd rather take the wrath here than try to take whatever is going on from this omnipotent most high that we want to call God. I'm sorry. I'm not willing to give that up anymore. You tell me. We can keep on playing cognitive dissonance and think that this country is not going out killing people and we're not going to be held liable to that spiritually and this and that. You can keep on believing that, but I'm one of those people like, look, I'm just going to remove myself from that. You can still be a gangbanger and say that you're not involved in whatever they do. You're not going to get the wrath of that. That doesn't make any sense either. So if I'm down with my gang, then that means whatever they got going on, I got to be a part of it too. I'm not supporting killing people just because they might have had a warrant or they got pulled over for speeding and you're tasering them and you're hurting people. I don't support that. So why am I gonna keep voting for it? Why am I gonna participate in that? Some of you guys should just show up to a Crip meeting, if that's the case. You just want to be mighty in numbers, I guess. You just want to be a part of something. Go be a part of a gang, because this is the same thing that you're a part of here. I stopped participating in that shit because I couldn't stand seeing people getting killed on the side of the road. And these people, I watched a police video of these people. Peace. I watched a police video of these people. This dude had a warrant. They opened up right in public on this man, and they might have shot this car more than 50 times. And I'm just thinking, nobody's thinking about the well-being of the citizens or any innocent bystanders at all. So I get on there and I comment man, damn, he could have shot anybody out there. These cops was just shooting. He could have shot his own. He had, one of them actually shot one of the cops that was in there too. It's they just shooting reckless in this video. I comment on there that's crazy that they just, and somebody comment about, oh, they should have just complied. Y'all don't care about innocent people either. They conditioned y'all to not believe in a man or a woman's, or anybody's well-being when it comes up against the state or these people. They have a godlike complex to you guys. That's what this is all about. If you take nothing else from this video, take that from this video. This theocracy idea, what it does is allows whoever is oppressing you to get a godlike complex, because they're saying we're doing this under God. So it makes it very hard for the people underneath that system to ever challenge it, because they have a moral code somewhere that they believe in God, that they won't challenge it. That's what we're getting here. The reason why you won't stand up to these people is because they have a godlike complex. Y'all sit and watch a judge make a bad decision and don't do nothing about it. I don't think that guy deserved to go to jail. That was bad. He only did that because the guy was black or whatever, and everybody will agree with that, but then you guys allow this to happen. Instead of somebody going and standing up and saying something to him, you allow it to happen. Why? Because you've been conditioned that these people have godlike complex. You've been conditioned that the Pope has a godlike complex. If he decrees something that's completely evil, you gonna go along with it. Y'all ain't gonna say shit because he's got a godlike complex. When these police officers go out here and shoot down somebody, you give them the respect and the right to take a life that God doesn't give any human being here. But you allow them to do that because they have a godlike complex. Created through this idea of theocracy that you can't see. Why else would you allow it to happen? People disregard human life. Stop me when I'm lying. Y'all disregard human life. Y'all don't care when y'all see these people kill somebody on TV or wherever they're killing them at, because you want them to comply. Y'all ain't thought nothing about the life, that they don't have a right to take a life. That's universal law. Universal law is no man or woman has the right to take another man or woman's life. That's universal law. I don't give a fuck if he's a cop. I don't give a fuck if he's a judge. I don't give a fuck who he is. If y'all allow people to keep on doing this, you giving them this godlike complex. That's the reason why you will never beat it. Nobody should have a godlike complex. That's what theocracy is. It creates a godlike complex for anybody that underneath that type of institution. So like I said, you can't see that these people are racially profiling or you don't care that these certain people are getting killed or they're getting harassed. Doesn't matter to you. A life is a life. Y'all even watching children getting shot. Y'all so numb, y'all watch children get killed by these fucking police officers and y'all, the child should have complied. Children don't even listen to their fucking mamas and dads. But if they whoop their ass and that put on the news, I'll watch some of you guys just flip over to the other side. Oh, it can't do that. Because it ain't the officer doing it, because it ain't the judge. Them the only people y'all give that godlike complex to. And you can't understand why you're giving them that. You shouldn't be that conflicted in your mind to even question that if one man takes another man's life, no matter what his occupation is, he's doing wrong. That's God. That's a rule from God. Thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill unless you're a pastor, unless you're a police officer. You can kill if you're a police officer. If you're a pope, you can kill. If you're the king, you can kill. It has no F, ands, or buts. So until y'all ready to get to that, people always going to be lost. Y'all don't see it. But that takes accountability. That means all these people that go and work in those government offices would have to feel bad for what they're doing too. And we can't have those people feeling bad. God forbid you know you're doing Satan's work. God forbid you know this is evil. The Bible says that God is the king of all kings, right? Why would you call anybody else a king? That already right there is enough. It's theocracy. Y'all love the king and queen. People love them. Like I said, they can end poverty like that. When the queen died, people cried. That's your idol. Trayvon Martin shot down. We were divided. Nobody was divided on the queen when she died, though. Nobody was divided on that. Everybody, you can only feel sorry for this. Anybody that was like me going on there, she was a devil, and I didn't give a fuck. You probably was banned and everything from YouTube, and people might have just jumped on you and everything else. God forbid you attack a real devil in this world, because you're going to be criticized. This is real devil shit, y'all. For real. Anytime somebody telling you that they doing something in the name of God, but they acts don't show that it's godly, and you still continue to follow them, I don't know what I can say. You open your book up. Like I said, when you see God in the Bible, put the government in there. And you're going to start reading this is what the government believes. They believe that they sit in the seat of God. This is what they got from the Roman Catholic Church. And you'll see how the story really unfolds. They playing God right in front of y'all face. And y'all so religious, y'all can't even see it. But watch, Terry, watch this. I'm going to go set up my own building with some pews in it, and I'm going to put on a robe in there, and I'm going to start doing the same thing. People going to think I'm crazy, bro. They gonna be outside saying, oh, he thinks he's God. No, I bet you they do all that shit to me. What does he think he is? He thinks he's a preacher now? He's in the robe. Terry, you know what I'm talking about, bro? They gonna be all over me. The trolls gonna come out of everywhere for this. Now he thinks he's a preacher this. But you got somebody that's been an imposter for a long time, and y'all can't even see it in your face. Why is this man why is y'all preacher? Why is the judge in a robe like your pastor? Why you sitting in pews like you do at church in the courtroom? Why ain't y'all saying nothing about it? Why ain't you feel like this is blasphemy? Why ain't the church boycotting this? I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna open up a rap studio that look just like that with stained glass and everything. They're gonna go crazy. If niggas come in there cussing, it's gonna be outraged. I probably couldn't even walk outside with a robe on and just walk around with it. People gonna think, oh my God, look at him. He's Jehovah now. Y'all so hung up on the signs when y'all see other people doing them. Y'all government can do them all in front of y'all face and you don't even know it's happening. Y'all let all them politicians sit in front of y'all faces and throw up all these 666s. Your children throwing them up and everything else and all these because you think it's a rock star life when you don't understand that this is a curse. This is a sign of a curse. I want y'all to understand that this is a sign of a curse. This goes way back. This is satanic. This sign is satanic. I heard somebody that said that this is a sign waiting for I love you or something like that. These people are fucking crazy. This is not what you think it is. This is not what you think it is. When you see a politician throwing this up and you're in basketball games and he make a 3 and he go, but you see the Bloods throwing this up. Where did the Bloods get it from? Did they get it from the politicians? Did the rock stars get this? You got this from the rock stars? Did they get it from the Satanists? They probably did. Rock stars don't lie about what they really believe. So this is just little things right here that I'm saying be put right in front of y'all face and we accept this shit every day. People don't even know how uninnocent these things are. Peace. I'm sorry. Let me put these down. You see how the screen just start lighting up when I start throwing that shit up? Peace. Good night. Y'all see that though? Let me do it again. Oh, this sign is so lit that they light up the screen for it. Go ahead. Do your thing, Satan. The horns. I just was talking shit, y'all. But study is a lot of stuff to study, man. I can sit up here and talk about signs with y'all. I can talk about hand symbols. I can talk about all type of stuff, man. I've been down so many rabbit holes. But I ain't going to hold y'all up too much longer. Like I said, I just wanted to get on here. It's been a while. It's a new year. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope y'all getting knowledge. I hope y'all elevating. I hope people are looking for solutions and, uniting, coming together. This is our year, people. This is the year for the people to come together. Like I said, check out my YouTube. I just posted a new video. I talk about all this theocracy thing. I go back through the history and show you guys where some of these things got started. I didn't get a chance to touch on everything. It's such a big topic, man. None of it ain't gonna stop me this year either, bro. Yeah, but theocracy is such a big topic. I wasn't able to touch on everything, but I think I did a good job in explaining, how I was able to draw those lines together. So please go check that out. Like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, shirts. The link is on my page. Make sure you guys order your shirts. Appreciate everybody who did order. I'm definitely putting more content on my YouTube now. So everybody who wants to see me more, go to my YouTube. I'm going to be posting more there. This was just a video to kind of get everybody that was here to kind of, hey, look, come over to my YouTube, man. I got a lot more cool things going on there. Happy New Year. Not the new year to me. Not technically, it's not. New Year's is in spring. New Year's is in March. But happy Roman New Year to everybody. I hope y'all are living great and your families are doing good. Peace and love, everybody. I'm out.